brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Green Bay Packers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. Now it's Swift. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Swift. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
Play fake. Here's Love. Dancing to his left. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 15-yard line. They'll try and run here with Swift. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On first down, Hurts toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
No, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Following the interception, Love. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. Now 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Love to pass. He sets up the screen to Jones. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 2nd down and 4. Love, they go play action now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
38, Green Jack.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's 2nd and 10. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. In motion left goes a tight end. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Hurts fumbles it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The return is Reed. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing. Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reed Blankenship with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will tie us at 3-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Swift going to try up the middle, and he'll get about 2 there to the 36. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This is Swift on the counter. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 29.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
On 3rd and short, to give to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Here now, 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Love. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Love going to stay out there. They'll take a chance on 4th down.
Defense wins championships, baby. Tight dog, tight shot. 17. Ready, go. Ready, go.
Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st, and the Eagles defense able to hold. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this fourth quarter and the rest of this game very interesting. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down. On third down, here comes Swift. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll try it now with Swift. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
They're probably about one big play from getting into field goal range. I'd go with a 2-deep coverage. Make sure my safeties are back to cover all of the field deep.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Slide, 97. Black shot.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Here's Love. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
41's the Mike.
Blue striker.
Check, check, check 41.
Ready.
Now Love. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ready. Flag blue.
Mike 41, Mike 41. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Mike 41, we got to wedge that.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Once again, it's Swift. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. On second down, Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
The Eagles send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well,
Their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 5.
ready.
Love now.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, certainly this defense knew that a field goal would beat them, and in this football game, they came up with a gigantic interception right there, CD.
Maybe not a surprise to either one of us because both of these defenses have been dominant throughout this game. Right now, if you're playing on offense, you're just hoping that they make a mistake on the other side and you can capitalize on it because making headway has been really difficult all game long.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Hurts.
Watkins diving. He's got it. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
98 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a 1st down as well.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Running is Swift.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now a give right side Swift. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll run here with Swift. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Swift will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll run with Swift. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.